Oh, we need a webcam stream. Choo-choo.
But this is a thought experiment, so I suppose I'll continue to give you the benefit of the doubt. If I did practically force the princess to kill you, it was probably for a good reason. Did you try and free her? Did you say something really mean to me? Because if I really did what you said I did, you probably deserved it. I'm a professional, after all.
Alright, so I'm just gonna get started instead of waiting for friends to join in, because y'all are gonna get the bot anyways, so yeah, you're all gonna get the bot anyway. I hope. Oh god. I'm not doing this on my sister's computer. So yeah, we're hoping the computer does not blow up, because my hard drive refused to connect to my sister's computer, and I don't know why. So here we are. I believe it was Sparky in charge now, so I am now Sparky. I am but a figment of your imagination. Let's see. So do we try and free her? Do we say something really? That's not grounds to take over someone's body and basically just force us to go stabby on each other. You've got some anger issues, dude.
Sure you are. Anyway, I believe your second question was, what's the point of doing anything?
Stop mocking
If
me.
you're asking that, it sounds to me like you're making the rather dangerous assumption that your actions last time around didn't have any consequences.
Well, as far as I can tell, there haven't been
What do you
any
mean?
ended worlds.
Of course there weren't any consequences. You forced the princess to kill us, and now everyone's right back where they started. That sounds pretty consequence-free to me. Yes,
Exactly.
but in this purely hypothetical scenario, that begs the question of how you got back here. Did time simply rewind itself, or were you instead transported to a different world entirely?
Questions, but we still have no evidence that whatever happened before
If
ended.
it's the latter, what do you think happened after you died? Do you think the people there lived happily ever after? Or do you think that the princess, left unhindered, brought about the end to everyone and everything, just like I told you she would?
I prefer just not to think about it.
What a conveniently ambiguous group of things for her to ruin. For all we know, the princess left the cabin and never saw another soul. Oh, how I wish that were the case, but if the princess weren't a certain, inevitable threat to the world, the four of us wouldn't be here. And yet, here we are.
I mean, I didn't sign up to slay any princess. It doesn't sound like these other voices in my head signed up to slay a princess either. You're the only one who's here. For all we know, we're just kind of trapped in this cycle of death and rebirth and destiny, which, oh gosh, sounds an awful lot like my actual life. This sucks. Well, here we are.
You're talking in circles.
You are talking in circles.
No, I'm talking in facts.
No, you're not. You haven't given us any evidence. Facts require evidence, my friend. Let's see. Talk about the princess, proceed to the cabin, turn around, and leave. Well, we've already talked about the princess. I doubt that that's going to change, so we're gonna go to the cabin, I guess.
A warning, before you go any further.
She will lie, she will cheat, she will do anything in her power to get us to not
She will
kill her.
lie, she will cheat, and she will do everything in her power to stop you from slaying her. Don't believe a word she says.
Yeah.
Yes, don't believe a word she says. Just go in, take the knife, and do what you're supposed to. Wink.
I like this guy.
Did you just say wink out loud?
Little
No,
too
I
on the
didn't.
nose.
Wink. Just ignore this clown and focus on the princess.
Reminds me of time a little bit. Alright, into the cabin you go. Oh goodness, this mouse.
The interior of the cabin is less a cozy woodland retreat and more like a dungeon. A few pathetic wisps of starlight attempt to illuminate the cold, uninviting stone walls, and thick, wrought iron bars barricade the windows, reminding anyone who enters that this is a prison. The only furniture of note is an iron table, bolted to the floor, a pristine blade perched on its edge. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
Unlike Light, I am actually a bit curious about this mirror. So I'm gonna go look at the mirror.
You walk up to the wall next to the basement door. It's a wall. There isn't much to see here.
My friend, there is a mirror.
What are you talking about? This isn't a wall. It's a mirror. Or at least it'll be a mirror once we wipe off that layer of grime.
Scrubby, scrubby. Huh?
Reach forward and rub your hand against the cabin wall. I hope you know how ridiculous you look right now. But there was a mirror a second ago. And now it's gone. If he doesn't want us to know about it, it must be important. We should keep our eyes peeled.
Display is
Maybe it'll be
function.
back.
Okay. OBS. OBS looks fine. Try refreshing it? Lord and Heaven Almighty. this work somehow. How is my voice? Like, can you hear me at a normal speed? And am I kind of in sync with what you're watching, or no? Like right now we're stuck on looking at a blank wall. I'm gonna keep going for now. Let's see. Alright, so... Must be important. We should keep our eyes peeled. Maybe it'll be back. Alright. Well... So we just keep going. Come on. There we go. Well, cabin's different from last time. Well, based on our experience, that's what happens. Alright, I'm gonna take this blade, or... Okay, what I guess it boils down to is, am I going to attempt to cut her out? Or am I gonna do something else? Or maybe I'm just gonna leave it. You know, I'm just gonna leave it. I don't want to take it.
I'm afraid I'm going to insist we take the blade. We're in a dangerous situation, and I'm not letting us go down there without a weapon.
Yeah, well, unfortunately, sir, you're not driving.
Are you sure? She killed us with it last time. What if she turns it against us again?
Well, last time we tried to kill her.
Yes, I'm sure. And I've already got a plan for that. Still with those past life delusions, are we? I hope part of that plan is don't give the world any monstrosity your only weapon, because unless you've decided to arm the princess, I don't think you need to worry about her having a weapon. Peachy, we'll be fine. Okay, I'm trusting you.
I'm not. Hey, don't I get a say here? What's the big idea?
Normally, yeah, but not about this. Call it a reflex. We take the knife as we go.
I don't want to!
Wonderful. You do exactly that.
What?
Sweeping the knife from
What?
the table before proceeding to the
What
basement.
is this nonsense? I don't want to take it.
Don't worry about it. We have a knife, so what? It's not like we have to use it. No, you don't have to do anything, but you do well to use it regardless. Moving on.
Well, at least we avoided the one scene that would really trigger Brown, because I think I do know what y'all were referring to, and I'm like, yeah.
The door to the
Brown
basement
was just
creaks
kind of
open,
like,
revealing an old stone
just
staircase.
iffy enough that he was like,
A few
I'm gonna bow
sputtering
out
torches
now
attempt
while
to
I'm
vaguely
still
illuminate your
flying.
path, dancing
So
across
he's not, like,
glimmering
full-on
patches of
triggered yet.
slimy moss on the stone steps.
Ew.
If the princess
Moss?
lives here, slaying her would probably be doing her a favour.
Oh, I hate slimy moss. You have no idea how many times
Her
I've fallen on
voice,
my butt.
harsh but controlled, carries up the stairs.
Is that a visitor I hear? Please, come downstairs. It's been a while since I've had company.
Does she remember us?
Oof. I both hope and Hope she
You
remembers
walk down the
hope
stairs
she
and
does. Oh
lock
my
eyes with the
goodness, your
princess.
binds
She
have
looks up
gotten
at you,
a lot more.
the heavy collar around her neck clanking loudly as she moves. The chains binding both her wrists to the far wall, joining the metallic chorus as she adjusts her hands in her lap.
Oh, jeez. Ma'am, I don't think I can cut you out of this. I mean, cutting off arms is okay, but I can't cut off your head.
So much for cutting her out of here.
Exactly.
Do you hear yourself right now? Cutting her out of here never should have been on the table. Have you noticed the empty chain on the wall? Odd that in a place where everything seems to serve a distinct purpose, there would be something so obviously useless.
Oh no, I'm pretty sure that serves a distinct
That was there
purpose.
last time too, wasn't it? It was.
It was? I don't remember last time. Oh, you
What
know
an
what? Actually, it
interesting
was. I remember
development.
now.
Why don't you have a seat? The two of us should chat before you bury that thing in my heart.
Hey, miss, I never said I was gonna stab you in the heart with this. Okay. Options: leave the princess, sit with the princess, slay the princess. I don't. Yeah, sit with her.
You step towards the princess, but she stops you before you get too close, holding up one shackled hand.
There's fine. I'd prefer we keep some distance until we've sorted this out.
That's fair.
That's reasonable. We do have a weapon. Might as well put her at ease. You do as she asks and sit on the floor, still a good distance away from her.
Thank you. Now, what are your intentions for me?
Sparky's not okay with harsh amputations, but we've already discovered that we can't use the knife to pick the lock, so the boys have collectively given up hope on that. What are my intentions for you? My intentions? What do you mean? I've been here before. Am I the only one who remembers that? What happened after I died last time? The other chain on the wall, who's it for? What would you have me do? I think I'm just gonna leave here, actually. I'm not much of a threat walked up to anyone like that. Bye! I would like to know if I'm the only one who remembers.
Oh? Are we acknowledging that? I thought we weren't going to give away the game. But yeah, I remember.
I'll have you know that Sparky is blocking my view of the princess, so I actually can't see her unless I peek around him. And?
I guess what you said back in the woods really was true. As much as I would like to remain in denial, it's no use. This has complicated things.
I watched Zelda get yeeted out of her body. Yes, exactly, not bloody, but you know, there's... Well, no, the amputation's still pretty lousy, but like I said, you can't pick the lock, so...
It's complicated things. How, exactly? Ideally, this was supposed to be one and done. You go to the cabin, you heroically slay the princess, and in the process you save the entire world from being damned to oblivion.
Yeah, well, clearly you're narrating the wrong story here, my friend.
The situation right now, where you're getting a second shot at things, is a contingency. A contingency for what?
I wonder what happens if we slay her. Would we wind up back here?
For you failing, obviously. And you being here means that things are going to be a lot harder than they were. I really shouldn't say anything else, I'm just going to make it worse. Just... good luck.
Not that I want to slay her, but I wonder.
Now hold on, if you knew this could happen, why didn't you believe us back in the woods? Why lay out all those hypotheticals? We didn't have to talk in circles.
I think he just likes the sound of his own voice.
I needed you to believe this was your first time here, even if that wasn't the truth. I hoped if I pushed back hard enough I could cram this seeping mess back into the bottle. And maybe I wanted to be the first version of me that you met. I didn't want to be confronted by the alternative.
I hear it's not so bad there being multiple versions of you. It just kind of all whoosh. Although maybe this world has different rules.
That's pathetic. I never said I wasn't.
Ooh, narrator is interesting me right now.
I get it. It would be pretty upsetting, wouldn't it? To know that you might not be the first version of yourself. At least we can remember what happened before. Seems like we should count ourselves lucky for that. Exactly, he gets it. You're lucky, so don't waste that luck by messing it up again. Alright?
I'm sorry, bud. I'm gonna mess it up
Moving
again.
on. Why is it important for us to be ignorant? How is it ever helpful to be in the dark? The more I say, the more your mind will swim into dangerous waters. Even saying that is too much. Your success hinges on you having imperfect information. For the sake of the entire world, you need to accept that. I won't. Fine, but you won't get another word from me on the matter. Yeah, sure. We'll see about that. Just give it a rest, this isn't helping.
I wonder what Princess thinks about all this talking going on that she can't hear. Or can she? I wonder if she can
Focus. This is a serious situation. You shouldn't be daydreaming.
hear. Oh, I guess not. Okay. You were asking about my intentions earlier. What do you mean? What happened after I died last time? I don't know. Oh, the smitten? Yeah, he really does sound like Sky when he's drunk. Sky when he's like, okay guys, he sounds like Sky when he's really, really drunk. Just kind of tipsy Sky or just regular drunk Sky, he doesn't sound like that. But on the very, very rare occasions when he gets really, really drunk, when he gets really, really sappy, he starts waxing poetic and stuff. It's really funny. Unfortunately, we don't have any means of recording those drunken escapades, so... Wow, but someone has that thingy, the video camera thingamajiggy. We need to get Sky really drunk now. Okay, I don't know what I want to do, actually. Rather after that.
Nothing happened. You died. I went upstairs. I couldn't leave. I found myself in a new place in chains again. More of them.
Well, that sucks.
And now you're back.
Is that really all she knows? It's not like we have much of a clue about how things work. And she's probably even more in the dark than we are.
You're looking at me like I might be hiding something. I'm not.
I guess it's possible she really doesn't know anything. Maybe both of us are stuck in this loop without any idea why or how.
You know, I'm starting to think that's the case also. Wait, I'm agreeing with the skeptic. I'm not vile. I usually don't agree with the skeptics. Okay, I don't want to leave her here. And I don't want to kill her. I don't have any other options yet, though. Let's ask about the chick.
I don't know, but you could always try it on.
What? That sounds like a terrible idea.
Maybe it'll fit.
I hope I don't actually have to say this, but please don't lock yourself in chains. We need you ambulatory if you're going to save the world.
Alright, I really don't know what I want to do here. trying the stupid thing on, aren't I? Because I'm not gonna kill her, and I don't think I want to just walk around and turn around and leave. Alright, let's go inspect the ship.
I wouldn't do that if I were you.
Yeah.
Why is that? Do I even need to explain myself? It's a shackle, and it's one without a key. Do you want to be stuck here like she is?
Maybe we'll figure out what's gonna go on the longer we sit
And what?
here.
Is it going to lock the second we put our wrist into it? I don't know. Maybe it will. He doesn't want us to look at it. That's all the reason we need to investigate.
10 rupees, we get locked to the wall.
But what if he's telling the truth? He isn't. I am.
10 rupees, we get locked to the wall.
Against your better judgment, you approach the chain dangling from the far wall. The princess watches you with faux disinterest as you inspect it, though she can't fully hide her curiosity. I don't want to say what I'm supposed to say next. What is that supposed to mean? It sounds bad. Is it bad? Yes, it's bad. Come out and say it then. You're just wasting time. Fine. As you hoist the shackle, its heft shifts within your grasp, as if pulled by some odd magnetism. Before you can so much as blink, it practically leaps from your hands, snapping around your neck.
Magic shackles. Interesting. Someone owes me 10 rupees.
And, as if your situation weren't bad enough, the same magnetism repels your blade,
Ooh.
which is flung from your hand and sent skittering across the floor of the basement.
Oh, that's not good.
Excuse me? Yes? Are we stuck here now? Yes.
Oh, that's totally reachable. That is totally reachable. It's not even
Huh?
that far.
So it
That's
does
like
fit.
what?
And I guess
Maybe
it doesn't
3
like your
feet?
knife.
That's
We're
like
stuck
maybe
here
3
together,
feet away.
aren't
We could totally reach that.
That's funny.
What are we supposed to do now?
I guess we're gonna start talking now.
Can't even cut ourselves out. Guess we'll starve.
Skeptic, how did you intend to cut ourselves out? It's around our neck.
That's horrible. It's not all bad. We learned a valuable piece of information. Not to touch things we're specifically told not to touch. No, that there's something special about this loose chain. It's clearly important.
Alright, so I guess we're...
Yep. Wait, I guess. Maybe something else will happen. Maybe not.
Man, she is not one for conversation, is she?
Nope.
That's rude.
Lady, we're gonna be stuck here a long time. Huh?
You and the princess wait in silence, though neither of you knows what you're waiting for. But you're waiting for something. You're waiting for anything. This is so boring.
You know, we could totally reach that knife.
There must be something we can do to get out of here. There must be something we're missing. But there isn't. Time passes. It passes and passes and passes. And the basement of the cabin remains much the same. It is cold and silent. At least the world is safe. It isn't. You're stuck. Too far away from both the princess and your blade to do much of anything.
Again, it's like 3 feet away, and there's way more slack in these chains than that. Especially since our legs aren't actually shackled to the wall, so we could just, you know, kind of reach out with our toes and pull it back. It is not that far away.
But she's not ending anything. She's just sitting there. Her very existence is a threat. It harms everything around it. How exactly does that work? It just does.
Okay, now... No, that is not how it works.
But your line of questioning is interrupted by the passage of even more time.
No,
and
it's
after
interrupted
that,
by the narrator.
even more time passes again. And let me guess, the cabin remains the same. If time is passing, the cabin can't be the same. Even if the differences are small, they have to exist. That's just how things work.
This is true, but I don't think much is going to change in the 3 weeks before we starve. Or the 3 days before we die of thirst. How does this...
I suppose you're correct. Things are changing. The differences are small at first, a bit of weathering here, a bit of erosion there. But then they get larger. And larger.
But this world probably has different rules, so...
I don't like small talk, remember?
You're really just gonna sit there and ignore me, are you?
Still rude.
Alright, let's wait some more.
You continue to wait in silence,
hey,
and the cabin continues to change. The decay comes faster now. You can see earth through holes in the stonework, can watch lichen spread along the seams of the walls.
Hey, some of that is
That
edible.
doesn't make sense. Has our entire concept of time changed? What happens to starving? We should have died
Don't
by
question
now
it,
if the
buddy.
rocks around us are starting to erode.
Don't question it, buddy.
She hasn't starved. I guess she hasn't. Even more silent time passes as you watch roots push themselves through the increasingly porous walls of the basement. Dirt seeps inside, flowing across the stone floor like a liquid, covering the ground and threatening to swallow you both.
Okay, that's kind
Time
of scary.
continues to pass, and pass, and pass. Until suddenly, there are no walls. And then... And? I think he's gone.
Oh, weird music coming back.
Would you look at that? We made it out of the cabin, and nothing bad had to happen to either of us.
I don't think you're gonna like where this goes next, Princess.
So this is the outside world. It's cold.
Lichen is edible, and it's not that weird. Oh no, she's cold again. I don't like the princess being cold. I really don't like the princess being cold. Or, Zelda said it was kind of cold. Being a ghost. And the hands again.
She's gone. Where did she go? Should we try and find her?
Well, you don't remember this, do you, buddy?
And there's that mirror again. Why is it here? Why now?
What do we look like? Has our reflection changed?
But it feels so bad. Like looking into it right now is going to be the end of everything.
It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. Oh, good thing it's not red
You're right.
anymore.
Part of me wants the truth, but something stronger is holding me back. Fear.
It's okay. See you on the
Okay.
other side.
If you say so, we'll trust you. Feels too good to be true.
It'll be alright. It's always alright. This reminds me a little bit too much of what Saul died. Except I wasn't the one with him, I was with Zelda. I wonder what we look like now. Not me trying to peek around. I've grown. I'm bigger? Let's go talk to the entity?
Flickering lights in empty cityscapes become pockets of vitality and movement. I am more than I was before. Whenever you are ready, I will wipe your slate clean once again.
Oh. That's a lot of options. Okay. How much have you changed?
Is a child the same as an infant? I am an unbroken pattern, but every vessel gives fresh perspectives and carves new avenues of expression. I am different, but I am the same.
What's it feel like?
Eyes close in reflection.
I don't think you need to narrate what you're doing, ma'am.
Perspectives meld together, and the breadth of my experience stretches to new corners. There are contradictions, conflicts in my nature, and there are familiarities that bind everything together. It feels correct. This is what I need to be. This is the only path forward.
You talk kind of like the narrator. You're more pleasant to listen to, but you talk kind of like the narrator. What are you gonna do when we're done?
With every gift you bring me, I excavate the alleys of what I am meant to be, and every exploration yields new and complicated truths. What I will be is different than what I am, and what I am is different from what I was. I cannot tell you what desires I will hold when I have changed.
I suppose you don't have enough perspective for that just yet.
But in this moment, all I want is to know myself and to know you.
Oh? Me? What do you think about this?
This one is cold and cynical. She has protected herself when others could not. She will make for a clever heart. Do not mourn her. She doesn't need to be protected any longer. Gifts aren't what someone tells you to bring them. My joy is in seeing what you choose. There are no wrong answers, and every perspective illuminates my shadows and shares new secrets. My preference is for you to show me what you would like me to see. I cannot know the ways I wish to grow, for I have yet to feel them. It is you who guides me down the thin trail of perspective and memory.
A Alright, whoever is after me, don't make any dumb decisions. Yeah, I don't know how many more nice routes we can
The
take.
vessels are shaped by memories of you, but their impulses are drawn to the edge of the long quiet. To them, you are a gate to something more, and any hurt you've caused them is understood as a fair price for freedom. But they are only thoughts and perspectives. They are not me. The wounds they've suffered carve texture around my heart. Without them, I would be as I was before. I would be alone and without sensation. I could not feel the joy of having you by my side, for I would not know your absence.
Oh, do you miss me when I'm not here? Why am I making Sparky's voice so high? Like, I should not be making his voice this high. I work with 13-year-olds. Alright, I guess I'm ready to go back.
I will long for your return, but it will give me time to reflect on what I am.
I get. Here we go.
We will meet again.
Alright, time for new hero. Roll of the dice says, oh god, where's my thing? 13. Blue, you're up. Oh no. Blue, don't kill her. Where's Blue? Green, red, fire. Oh, there's Blue. Oh, I gotta look at LBS. Fair warning, Kit. Stream is kind of misbehaving, so. What makes you think I'm gonna kill her? The hero and the princess. Tale of as old as time here.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path, you're here to sleep.
I am not patient. Okay. What are we gonna do? You know, I don't even want to talk to this guy. I just kind of want to go to the cabin. Yeah, I don't want to talk. I'm just going to the cabin.
You make your way up the
I've
short
done
path to the cabin.
that route.
You'll find the princess with
That was scary. But the thing is Blue's gonna switch off before the at the end of the chapter, so he's not gonna get to do that. Someone else is gonna do it, and they're gonna hate him for it.
a warning. She will lie.
Yep. Proceed into the cabin. I have not gotten that in my other playthroughs, so I have no idea what you're talking about.
The interior of the blade.
Okay, well, we've tried not taking the... Well, hold on. What have we tried already? We tried not taking the blade, and then... But there were other options for not taking the blade. Hold on. Let's see.
The door to the basement creaked her voice.
Hello? Is someone there?
This hypnotist, don't let...
Blah, blah, blah. I'm here to save
How
you.
many times do I have to tell you how...
Wait, really? You're here to rescue me? I was starting to think I'd be stuck down here forever. Come downstairs. I want to see the face of my rescuer.
Aww.
You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist,
the other chains
binding
were
her
there.
to the far wall of the basement. She's beautiful. How could someone like this be a threat to anyone? I am begging you to stay focused. There's a lot riding on you here.
Hi. I can't believe you're here. I've been waiting for something like this to happen forever. I hope you brought something to deal with these chains.
Well,
Don't do it. If she gets out of those chains, we're all one step closer to
maybe
the
I should have
end.
brought the knife. Well, I'll see what I can do.
You're only making this more difficult.
For you, maybe.
Thank you. Thank you.
I'm here trying to see the princess.
You're making a huge mistake. No, you're doing the right thing. You walk up to the chains binding the princess to the wall and give them a tug. They're large and heavy, far too solid for you to even imagine trying to break them apart.
I'm guessing you don't have the key?
Maybe it's somewhere upstairs. Doubtful. Whoever locked the princess away down here intended for...
Okay. I'll be here. Good luck.
Okay, 20
You
rupees.
attempt to make
door
your way
locks.
out of the basement, but is someone else here?
Yep. Okay, let me out
Your
of here.
shouts and pleas. I'll repeat myself once again. You're here to slay the princess,
Until the
and you
task
won't
is done.
leave until the time.
Oh yeah, whatever.
You try the door, but it's locked from the outside.
You know, I bet you I could kick this door open. Okay, fine. I'll go back to the bottom of the stairs.
You make your way to the bottom of the stairs. This would have been so much easier.
I wonder
Easier
if he's
for
gonna
whom?
drop the sword,
Easier
the,
for
the
everyone.
knife back in here.
Look at the
again.
mess you're in.
I heard the door slam. They locked you down here too, didn't they?
There's a slight panic rising in the princess's voice.
But it's alright. We'll figure it out.
If I could just get out of these chains, I know we could force our way out of here together.
She barely hesitates before raising her arm to her mouth, her teeth tearing through her limb with the determination of a trapped wolf. As she rips her flesh from her bone, a
And
sound
there's the
comes
knife.
from behind you, the clang of bouncing metal. It's the blade from upstairs. You're not all
Okay,
we could
cool.
you won't like.
Alright, save the princess!
Fine. Against your better judgment, you place the blade against the ragged, self-inflicted wound on the princess's arm,
Batoots,
just above the
don't bark at
unyielding
me.
chain
It is not
binding
time for you
her
to
to
eat
this
yet.
place.
You don't eat. It's 3:44. You eat at 6.
To cut into her flesh.
Okay, I'm gonna leave you with that lovely image while I go kick the dogs out. Give me a second. Or just this dog specifically. Come on. Look like that, otherwise she's gonna into the window. I don't know what is with her recently, but she's just like. Like I said before, they're supposed to eat at 6. But she starts barking at me way earlier. Well, I don't know how well you can see their face now. Ugh! That works, okay. Alright, so
The blade is sharp, and it
Chop
takes little
off her
efforts to
arm.
crack through the bone of her arm.
again, that's not how knives work.
Her limb falls to the ground,
Ugh.
and the heavy chains follow suit.
I wonder if I could pick it up and slap the narrator with it.
She didn't so much as utter a sound through the whole ordeal. No, she didn't. She smiles softly as her gaze meets yours, blood from her wounded arm dripping rhythmically to the ground. How is she still smiling after everything? It's like she isn't even bothered by what just happened.
Thank you. Now let's get out of here.
Alright, let's go. Please don't stab me.
No, we won't have any of that. The stakes are too high. You can't just let her escape into the world.
Please don't stab me.
No.
Please don't stab me.
I can't. As
Alright,
the
you
princess
shut up.
approaches the boss. Wait, watch me.
What are you doing?
Run, princess! Okay, so... Princess... Fuck. Fuck. No! Are you serious? Someone else do it. I don't want to do it. Just click it. I don't want to. Fuck's sake.
Okay, there's no going back now. I'm with you to the end.
I'm sorry, princess.
You bring the blade down to strike at the princess's heart. But she's fast. She ducks to the floor, your blade narrowly grazing her backside. Slaying her won't be easy now that she's free.
We could have gotten out of here together. Were you just lying to me this whole time?
Oh, shit.
I don't know what's come over you, but if I have to kill you, then I'll kill you. Do you think I need both of my arms to do that?
Not really, no.
She
Ah!
pounces on you with the same animal ferocity she used to tear through her arm. But you have a weapon. You raise the blade, digging it under her ribs, aiming directly for the heart. It's not enough to stop her. You feel her claws in your throat, then her teeth, somehow sharp enough to pull apart your flesh and sinew with ease. You collapse to the floor, your body unresponsive as your blood pools on the ground beneath you. She stares down at your ravaged form, eyes shining in the darkness, dress stained in red as her blood and yours both seep into the fabric.
Oh.
If we're lucky, the wound
This
you
is
managed to
nice.
inflict will be enough to at least delay her escape from this place. If we're very lucky, it will kill her before she can reach the outside world. It can't just end like this, right?
No, pretty sure it's about to end like this, buddy.
As much as I'd prefer for things to have gone differently, and I can't deny the reality of what's happened, I'm sorry, but it's over. Everything goes dark, and you die.
Great. Alright, someone else's turn now. Ugh. So, we can't be nice
You're
anymore,
on a path in the woods,
apparently.
and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that
Well, at
cabin
least all the nice
is a
feelings got out of the way.
princess.
6. Twilight's next. She turned beastly and Twilight's next. How ironic. Have fun, Twi. I am not gonna have fun. Oh man, I should really attempt to do Twilight's accent, but I don't think I I ain't looking forward to this at all. Nope, cannot. No accent.
You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
Now I'm a bit more inclined. She's gonna kill me again.
Again? People don't die twice. You haven't even met the princess, and I hardly think she'd be capable of killing someone as skilled and courageous as yourself. If he doesn't remember what happened, then maybe it's best to keep it that way.
Speaking as someone who has in fact died twice, it is not fun. So, fun fact, he actually died in the battle with Ganondorf, but a fairy saved him at last second. So, like, he kind of died twice, but he also kind of hasn't died twice, depends on how you want to look at it. Yeah. We're definitely going to ask her about that next time.
Brilliant. We need to keep our cards close to our chest, and I'm not sure we can trust him.
No, but
You know I can hear you, right? It's going to be a lot harder than you think to keep secrets from me.
Oh, I clicked twice on accident. Did I say I'm not sure we can trust him? Slip of the tongue. Bit of old brain fog. Meant to say we should probably head over to the cabin and slay that princess. We already know we can't trust her, so let's get on with the show. So we're going to this goddess-forsaken cabin.
A warning before you go any further. She will lie, she will cheat, and she will do everything in her power to stop you from slaying her. Don't believe a word she says. Don't worry. You can trust us to get the job done.
Here we go.
The interior of the cabin is a mess of twisted roots. The walls a chaotic weave of knotted wood that, almost as if by accident, just happened to resemble a room. The floor is damp and earthy, and the only furniture of note is a slab of mud in the shape of a shelf, with a pristine blade perched on its edge.
This ain't too different from my house.
The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
Is that mirror gonna disappear again?
You
Is
walk
this
up to the
mirror
wall next to
gonna
the basement door. It's a wall. There isn't much to see here. What are you talking about? This isn't a wall. It's a mirror. Or at least it'll be a mirror once we wipe off that layer of grime.
Yep.
You reach forward and rub your hand against the cabin wall. I hope you know how ridiculous you look right now.
Alright. Am I stupid enough to go down here without a blade, or am I just gonna grab it? Maybe if we're nice to her now. Well, I don't think she's gonna trust us a second.
You take the blade from the shelf. It would be difficult to slay the princess and save the world without a weapon. Well, if we're grabbing a weapon, we should probably keep it hidden behind our backs. She doesn't have to know we have it. That's not actually a bad idea.
Here we go.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a staircase dug into the muddy earth below. The ceiling is thick with roots that hang like locks of tangled hair.
Why'd you have to use that description?
The weak starlight from the cabin windows behind you can barely penetrate the gloom here, only illuminating the edges of an opening below. It shines in the darkness like some kind of massive maw, waiting to swallow you up into the earth.
Good thing the new kid ain't here. Well, actually, no. He's dumb enough to go sprinting down the steps.
The air smells of dirt and copper. It's thick and wet, as if your lungs are being coated in mud with each intake of breath. If the princess lives here, slaying her would probably be doing her a favour.
Are you gonna say this every single time?
Her voice skitters up from below.
Ooh.
Something nasty finds itself on my stairs. Come on down. Don't be scared. I probably won't bite.
I do not believe, madam. Nope.
Silence, I see. Don't think I've forgotten about you. I recognized the sound of your nervous little footsteps as soon as they came into my home. I know who you are, and I remember what you've done.
She must have you confused with someone else.
Nope, she don't.
She seems friendly enough. Maybe we can talk our way out of this whole situation.
My friend, I don't think we can.
You can't. Unless you slay her right away, she's going to break free and end the world. There's no reasoning with what she is. Look, I'm just throwing ideas out there. I like to think out loud. I'm the kind of guy who likes a discussion. Don't we want to hear what everyone has to say before making any big decisions? Do you want to hear what everyone has to say? Or do you just want to hear yourself talk? You need to stop lingering. Your task is to slay the princess, not endlessly debate about what to do with the princess. Fine, fine. You're the boss. Thank you. You descend the basement steps, entering the dark room below.
Oh, she looks...
You can just make out the shape of the princess in the
She has a
gloom.
tail.
She's huddled against the far wall, her eyes bright and glaring from amid the thick roots.
And there you are, one hand tucked away behind your back, gripping that sharp, sharp blade, no doubt.
That's no fair. How would she know that?
As if it wasn't obvious.
So, we've dropped the pretenses. Good.
You made a comment back in the woods about having been here before. Now she's acting like the two of you already know each other. Oh, no. You've already been here, haven't you? That's pretty sharp. How'd you figure that one out? Call it deductive reasoning. Well, you seem to be great at it. So, you really don't remember us, do you?
I wonder if the narrator's trapped in the same
No, I
cycle we are.
don't. But you and the princess clearly have a shared reality, even if I'm not a part of it. I won't waste time fighting you on something that's clearly true.
Juju?
I'm just glad we could put all this behind us. Is it all behind us?
No, it seems to be in front of us, actually.
Just focus on the task at hand. I don't care if you've been here before, and I don't care if you think you'll go somewhere else after this. My world is on the line right now, so I'd appreciate it if you would take this seriously and slay her. Let's chat her up a bit first. Maybe we can find a middle ground where everyone's happy. Don't talk to her. You're just going to make things more difficult than they have to be.
Oh, I don't trust
Well,
those
I
claws.
seem to remember you having a tongue.
Hey, I'm sorry about last time. Am I gonna just... There are a lot of options here.
Ooh,
We are
smart.
sorry.
Let's apologise, get us back on the right foot.
Oh, you're sorry. Isn't that nice? You're such a gracious little monster. If you're sorry, then let me out of here. Prove it. Just because I'll never trust you doesn't mean I won't use you to get what I want. The cabin lets prying little beasts like you come as you please, but it insists I stay where I am.
Does anyone
If I'm
else
to
live there?
leave, I'm to leave with you, and you alone. Oh, of course. They're nothing to me.
The princess grins as the chains fall from her wrist. She could have gotten out of those the whole time. That sneaky little... A woman after my own heart, really. She knows how to hold her cards close to her chest. This is why she can't just be abandoned here. If left to her own devices, she'll find a way out. Now stop her.
Well, so here's what I think. I don't trust her. And I realize that our choices are shaping who she's becoming. So, I mean, the entity said as much in just watching everyone else play. So right now, I don't think she can be trusted. I don't think she's good. So I should probably just stab her and be done with it. But I sort of want to see what happens if we just leave. I don't want to kill a princess yet. Alright. Let's leave with the princess. Let's see how this goes.
Yes, let's.
She creeps forward, taking one cautious step at a time until you and she are face to face. She never breaks eye contact, even as the two of you find yourselves face to face. She's silent for a long moment, as if testing to see what you'll do now that she's within arm's reach.
After you, darling. You're the one it lets come and go. It's best if I follow.
Oh no, we can't have that. If anyone is going to turn their back on anyone else, she's going to turn her back on us.
I have not seen the gray yet in either this playthrough or my previous playthrough, which is actually not done.
It shouldn't matter who leads and who follows. We're working together here. Well, if it doesn't matter, then she can go first. We may be in this together, but that doesn't mean we have to trust her. We're armed and she's not. What's she gonna do? bite us when we're not looking.
That's exactly what happened last time.
You're talking a lot about trusting someone who, by her very definition, cannot be trusted. I don't know how many more warnings I have to dole out, but if you help her out of here, you're going to regret it.
I am not giving her this blade.
That's right, you're the one who's going first. Don't worry, I'll be right behind you watching every single thing you do.
That's exactly what I'm worried about. You step onto the stairs and begin your ascent from the basement. The princess follows close on your heels, perhaps even a little closer than you'd like. You're only saying that because you want us to feel nervous. You want us to turn around and kill her. I do want those things, but I want them for a good reason. I don't need you to trust me for my sake, because I already know that I'm right. This is for you.
Are you though? Are you though?
Can we walk backwards up the stairs? I think that's the smarter idea. She can't sneak in and attack if we're facing her. No.
That ain't bad.
The stairs are a bunch of overgrown roots. You'll trip and hurt yourself.
I can handle that.
But the princess is silent as you both continue the climb, and, in no time at all, the upstairs of the cabin is within reach. Isn't that a relief? We're fine. Nothing happened. You're not even going to wait until you're through that door to proudly claim your victory, are you?
Don't.
Why did you just say that? I think we know why.
Oh, here we go.
You feel something dig into your shoulder, sharp and piercing. The princess clawing at you and pulling you down with her full weight. Together you tumble back down the uneven stairs, your body and hers crashing against the unyielding wooden roots, until finally you both separate with a bone-shaking thud against the basement floor. You feel something pop.
Ow. Alright,
The
that's
princess
it,
lands
Missy.
against the far wall, gasping as she struggles to recover from the impact. You're still in shock, trying to get a hold of yourself. She grins as you continue to remain exactly where you are, cackling derisively as she watches you realise that you won't be getting up. Wait, why won't we be getting up? I'm afraid your back is broken. One unlucky fall is all it takes, really, and you had several. You know what? I'll say it. That sucks. I don't like having a broken back. We were going to help her. Why? Why did she do that? It's what I would have done. Have you considered not being like that? Of course not. It's what keeps us alive. And yet
Well,
here
this
we
sucks.
are, paralysed and stuck with someone who hates us in the basement of a remote cabin.
You must have known this was coming. The arrogance of turning your back to me after everything you've done.
Why didn't you just leave the damn basement then? I am salty.
Maybe you were, and maybe you weren't. But even more than I wanted my freedom, I really, really wanted to hurt you.
Ugh.
And you know as well as I that by our very natures, only one of us could make it up those stairs unscathed. Someone had to make the first move. Better me than you.
See, this is why I wanted her to go first. I had this whole little scheme planned where she'd turn her back on us and I'd say, "Now stab her in the back! Do it now!" And then you'd say something like, "Wow, that's an amazing idea that I never saw coming. Thanks for looking out for us."
That was a really good impression of the hero.
And then you would have done it and we wouldn't be stuck down here with a broken back. Why didn't you tell us your plan before we agreed to go first? Because then you'd have had to lie to her. And you're a terrible liar. That's not Okay, that's actually a good point. It would have been a good point if it had actually worked. But it didn't work, did it? Well, it's not my fault that nobody listened to me. The princess's body twitches as she tries to get up. Ho ho ho! So she's got it as bad as us.
Something inside me is broken. Isn't that a cruel twist of the knife? Isn't that so funny?
It's called karma.
She eyes you with intensity, silence falling between you for a long moment as her gaze travels up and down your battered form.
Seems I'm not the only one, though.
Wait, are we both just stuck here? Certainly seems that way. What a way to go. But look on the bright side. In all this chaos, you may have actually managed to deliver a lethal wound. The world could be saved after all.
We're going to die together. Isn't that a lovely treat? I wonder how long it'll take. Maybe I'll get to watch the worms lick your bones clean.
Lady, you are psycho.
Is that really what's going to happen? Hello? Are you still there? What happens next? I think he's gone.
Oh, is the... Yeah, it really is just...
Something strange is twisting this place out of shape.
Oh, you see it this time.
I wasn't feeling much of anything, but now I feel cold.
She's gone. Where did she go? Should we try and find her?
No.
Oh, there's that mirror again. Why is it here? Why now?
You do really just freak out every single time.
What is that supposed to mean? Whatever awful thing I felt before, it feels so much worse now. You'd better watch your back. You can't get rid of me that easy.
That's right. Alright, let's see. Are you bigger? Hey, look. Oh dear. Ugh, that was not a pleasant reflection.
I am a growing chorus of contradiction, a mass of tides ebbing and flowing all at once in more directions than my attention can bear to hold. To look at any one is to shift them all into something new, and to look away is to reshape them yet again.
That sounds like a headache, ma'am.
All of me is changing, and yet the rest of me is still the same. As easily as you can stand to be you. You are like me, even if you have chosen not to look at the corners of you that do not fit, even if you have chosen to ignore the brilliant contours of your soul.
Oh, this is too... This is too metaphorical for me. What do you think of this one? Actually,
This one is hope, marred by bitterness. She could see the end of the tunnel, and the door was closed on her. She will make for a righteous and weathered heart.
well, I suppose that ain't all bad.
Do not mourn her. She is finally on the other side. The desires of my multitude thrive in endless competition with themselves, but none of them rise above their dance to influence me. I yearn for what I have always yearned for, our awakening. Other desires shrink in the light of knowing you and knowing me. It changes me, but it doesn't make me worse, nor does it make me care for you any less. Does it make you worse? Do you resent me?
I ain't sure.
It will, in time, but you still have a ways to go before we are done. Know that I hold no malice for you.
Alright. Where you go back?
I will be here when it is time for us to meet again.
And I died. Ugh. That was fun. I don't think we're going to be able to play any more nice routes, guys, so... Oh, he's got some things to say about this. Here we go. Oh, shit. The Hero and the Princess. Story of my life, except this one is not gonna go well.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess. You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
You know what? Maybe I don't want to.
Seriously? You're just going to turn around and leave? Do you even know where you're going?
Don't really care. I do not want to go slay a princess.
Fine. I suppose you just quietly continue down the path away from the cabin. Good. What we're being asked to do here is wrong. Ignore that annoying little voice. He doesn't know what he's talking about. That's strange.
Yeah.
It looks like this
I
path
expected this. I'm just
also
gonna
leads
keep
to
going.
the cabin.
Forever, if I
How
have
convenient. Everything's...
to. Let's go. Goodbye. I don't care. I'm not killing you.
Your silence is deafening.
He was about to say something real mean and then bit it back. Time's not quite to his jaded
But
self
fine.
yet, but he's
Turn
getting
around
close.
and trek back down the path you came. Oh, would you look at that? You're at the cabin again. Now, I'm not normally one for superstition or astrology, but I have to say, it seems like the universe itself is doing its best to bring you to your fated confrontation with the princess.
Time is giving the universe a great big old middle finger right now. Well, yeah, well, I guess I'm gonna start walking in a different direction. Again. In fact, I'm just gonna keep
There's
trekking
always
through
a
the
choice.
wilderness until
Let
I
me tell
find a
you
way
right
out.
now that you're making the wrong one for pretty much everyone who's ever lived, as well as for everyone who ever will.
Oh, frick you, I haven't even seen another person. Not counting
And
the
here we
princess.
go. As you trudge into the woods, something strange starts to happen. At first, it's little flickers out of the corner of your eyes. Glimpses of familiar wooden structures through the leaves. But as you focus on your surroundings, you start to realize that those flickers weren't just a trick of light.
Well, I guess I probably should have expected that.
In every direction, there is a path and a cabin. And not just a cabin, the cabin. An infinite fractal of paths and cabins desperately trying to draw you back to where you need to be.
I'm not drunk enough for this.
Wait, what's going on? But you're too stubborn for that, aren't you? It doesn't matter how many paths or cabins appear around you, you're just going to do whatever you can to shirk your responsibility because you care more about irritating me than you do about the fate of the world. You've doomed us all, you know that, right? But of course you do. Otherwise you wouldn't just wander off into the forest in search of certain death.
That was uncalled for.
You lose track of just how long you spend aimlessly tromping through the wilderness. But it's not like any of that time spent lost in the woods really matters, because it isn't long before the world ends and everyone dies.
Oh,
You're on a path in the woods,
okay.
and at the end of that path
It's no
is a
longer my
cabin.
turn.
And in the basement of that cabin is a princess.
Okay, real talk, guys. I've done a path where I just refuse to go, and the entity. Well, I don't want to spoil, but that's not what happened. So I'm shocked at the moment. All right, who's going next? I'm 6. Twilight's already gone. Ah, don't fall. There we go. Time for Sky. Oh, Time, you're a stubborn one, aren't you? I'm ignoring you, Batoots.
You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
Oh, wait, hold on, I need to check something. Ah, shit, I missed it. Time really doesn't want to go stabbing any princesses. Oh, I wonder what voice we're gonna get this time.
What are you talking about? I'm sure those walls have always been there. It
Oh,
makes
wait,
sense
no.
if you think about it. If there weren't any walls in the woods, someone might have gotten lost. Or,
I'm tempted to,
heaven
like...
forbid, someone other than you
I'm
might have
tempted to
stumbled
have
onto the
time
princess.
go again. But... Oh wait, you know what? I remember the walls. Never mind, the thing that I thought of actually did. Okay, time to vote. Do I bring time back and finish out what I thought, and finish let him being stubborn, or do we go ahead and switch? I don't want to bring time back. Let him be stubborn? Okay. So we'll just know that whenever it is time to actually switch, Sky's gonna go next, but we're gonna let time continue being stubborn. Oh, I'm back. Okay, cool.
If he doesn't remember what happened, then maybe it's best to keep it that way. I don't know. I think it's more fun if he knows what we're thinking. He's like a captive audience.
I like the
He
way
might
you
have walled
think,
off
sir.
everything but the path to the cabin, but I'm sure there's plenty of other ways we're going to ruin his day. If by ruining my day you mean ruining everyone's day forever, then yes, I suppose there are plenty of ways you could pull that off. The world really did end last time, didn't it? We should be careful. For all we know, we just got lucky. The world hasn't ended yet, and you are never going to slay her with that attitude. Stuff those pathetic little voices to the back of your mind and stay focused on the task ahead.
I would like to probe a bit. What is this princess?
Last I checked, there wasn't any last time. We've just met, you and I. If he doesn't remember what happened, then maybe it's best to keep it that way. I don't know. I think it's more fun if he knows what we're thinking. He's like a captive audience.
You just said that.
He might have walled off everything but the path. If by ruining the world really did end last time. The world hasn't ended yet.
Did I choose this
You are
already?
never going to slay her with that attitude.
I thought it would get rid of... I'm just gonna stay
You
here.
have already committed to my completion. You cannot go further astray.
Oh. Oh, it did do it differently. So, last time I tried to be stubborn and just not go to the cabin, the walls came in, and that was actually the first time I ever had the walls come in, and she got mad at me, and she was scary. Loki wanted her to yell at time, but I guess she's not going to yell at time. Alright, fine, I'm going.
A warning. Before she will lie, if we're stuck going in there, maybe we should believe her. Maybe she isn't a liar. Ignore him. He's just being difficult for the sake of it. Let's keep an open mind.
Into the cabin we go.
The cabin interior is wrong. A confusing patchwork of many cabin interiors, all projected across what's almost the same space. But it's all shifted. An inch here, a foot there, such that the seams are never quite visible enough for the place to make any sense.
Oh, I don't like this. I should have let Sky take over. Oh, this is
The
giving me
only
a headache.
furniture of note is a plain table, its legs all the wrong lengths, its material devoid of feature.